Sure, this story goes deep. Like when I say it goes deep, it brings in spirituality, like, but disclaimer, there's a little more to the story than I'm willing to tell you. I'm not going to tell you certain parts because they involve children. And I made a vow to myself not to bring any content that may adversely affect kids. So I'm not going to tell you those parts, but they won't affect the rest of the story. So if you want to hear the full story, go to my girl over there, to her page, Utebe, and listen to her videos yourself. Um, they're a bit tricky to follow because English may be her second language, maybe even third, maybe even fourth, because she's South African. Um, and in her telling her story, I can pick up certain things because I'm also South African that are nuanced that maybe someone who's non-South African can't pick up. And sometimes she goes into Spedi, which is one of the 11 official South African languages. So yeah, but I'm bringing it to you. I'm bringing it to you. Okay. So if you learn anything from this video, leave children out. Okay. Two is spirituality exists. So my baby over here, Utebe, was 16 when she met this man who was in his late 30s. Red flag number 5,535,000. Just a red flag. And he courted her. And her mom was just like, stay away from that man. He's too old. But because she was a teenager, she thought she knew what was best for her. She ignored her mother and went ahead with this man. This man then takes her, goes to a jeweler in South Africa, buys a wedding ring, takes her up to a mountain, and performs a ritual. It wasn't a wedding by any means. By her description, she says this happened like at midnight, took her up to the mountain, and then some incantations were said, yada, yada, yada. And, she was then given this ring to wear. He put this ring on her left finger. So at the time, she didn't realize it and she didn't think anything of it. She just thought, cute promise ring or whatever it was that she thought. But she's now learned that it was a spiritual marriage. She was being married to an old man who was apparently gone and buried and is part of the husband's family. Now, the shocking part is that the husband is a renowned lawyer and pastor at a big church. She names names. This girl's unafraid of nothing. Apparently, she has proof. So she's just like, I will say what I need to say because I have proof of all these things that I'm saying. She gets married. Oh, prior to this current situation, and that's the situation that involved the kids that I'm not going to go into, when she spoke up on that, she was served a cease and desist. Okay. And in that situation, unfortunately, one of their three children, they had the son, and then the twins, he passed on. Yeah. And also during that situation when they were not together, she then met another man whom she loved dearly, and they were planning to get married. And the baby daddy came through and said, he's gonna die. If you leave me, he's gonna die. She says she thought, he was joking or just making empty threats. Went ahead, picked some blue fabric for their traditional wedding to make um their clothes for the traditional wedding, only to come out of class. She was studying at the time, to come out of class and get a phone call from a family member telling her that her fiance slash boyfriend, lover, partner, whatever you want to call it, has passed on. Obviously, she's devastated. And the day after, the baby daddy comes to her, drives 4 hours